Alright, in this video we'll be looking at two examples of simple derivatives. So if I were to ask you to derive this question or this expression, what would you do? So you'd have to notice that this is a product rule. So how do I know that this is a product rule? Because you have two x's being multiplied. Now, the way I like to remember product rule is in two parts, right? Derivative of the first, don't touch the second, plus derivative of the second, don't touch the first. Okay? So basically you can rewrite it as you wish. So you could have it as the derivative of f of x, right, times g of x plus g prime of x times f of x. Okay? And again, just don't confuse this part here. I could have rewritten this as just simply any other expression here. So this is the product rule. Okay? So where this is going to be your f of x, and this will be your g of x. Alright guys? So the way I like to remember it is derive the first, don't touch the second. Derive the second, don't touch the first. Okay? So again, the more you do these, the easier they'll get. Let me just change color for you guys here. Okay? So how will I derive this expression? So like I said, I'll derive the first one. So what's the derivative of 2x? It's just 2, right? And it says don't touch the second, so I will leave the g of x as such. Okay? Plus, then it says derive the second. So how do I derive 3x plus 2? 3x becomes 3, and the constant goes away, right? So it'll just be 3. And it says don't touch the first. Don't touch the first times 2x. Okay? So are we done? Almost. All we have to do is combine like terms. So here you have to FOIL first. So you'll get 6x plus 4 plus what? 6x, leaving you with 12x plus 4. And you're done. So basically, we found the derivative of this initial expression. So what does this mean, 12x plus 4? This is actually the rate of change or slope of this initial function. Guys, that's what derivatives are. A derivative is nothing more than the rate of change or the slope of a function. Remember, y equals mx plus b? Basically, when you find the derivative, all you're doing is solving for m. That is all you're doing. You're finding the slope of an original function. That's all. Alright guys, so that's how you do this part. Let's look at this one here, a little tougher. How are we going to tackle this one? Same thing. Here you have a multiplication of x's and x's, so you must do the product rule again. So, looks a little trickier. Follow the rule, and you can never go wrong. So, f prime of x here will be derive the first, and again, when I derive this one, you see that it's going to be a chain rule derivation. So, bring down my exponent, multiplied by what I have inside, right? Minus 1. So bring down minus 1. It's going to be 2. Multiplied by the derivative of the inside. Remember that. How do I derive the inside? Bring down the exponent, minus 1. 6x. The constant goes away. That's the first part. So that's just my f prime of x. Then it says multiplied by g of x. Multiplied by g of x. Plus 1. So that's this part, right? Because this is my f of x. This is my g of x. Plus, let's do the second part of the product rule. G prime of x. So derive g of x. Remember, the derivative of a ln is 1 over the expression multiplied by the derivative of the expression itself. So 1 over the expression multiplied by what? The expression itself, the derivative of the expression itself. What's the derivative of 2x plus 1? 2. So that's your g prime of x. And you have to multiply now by f of x, which is this part. 3x squared plus 2q. Alright guys, so you can actually leave this as is, or you can maybe simplify out some terms, but I would accept it as such. So remember, in this question, you have a product rule. Follow the rule. You have to memorize it. In doing your f prime of x, you'll see that this is a chain rule. So bring down minus 1 of the expression times the derivative of the inside, which is your 6x, multiplied by the g of x, which is this part here, plus the second part of the equation, your g prime of x. How do you derive a ln? 1 over the expression multiplied by the derivative of the expression itself, 2. And then you multiply it by your f of x, which is this term, which I didn't touch. Alright guys, so let me know if you have any other questions. Send me an email at bbtutorials.com. Don't be shy. I'll answer any questions you guys have in terms of product rules. Alright guys.